I'm on a new level.
All right, so a couple people have asked, what is my rundown setup? How do I create videos for my YouTube channel pertaining to gaming videos? So I'm going to go ahead and run you guys through it. The first thing you're going to want to do is go ahead and open up where you have your video stored. I've got my game here, and I've already put in that it's the last game that I want to be looking at. But just to kind of walk you through, so this footage is, about 2 hours long, and this is called scrubbing. So the reason that I am scrubbing through is you can see I'm looking up here in the top right corner to see when I hit a game where I have a lot of kills. You can see I only had one kill that game, wasn't a good one. That one got up to 3. And then this game shoots all the way up. Oh no, that game shot up to 5, so I'd go back and look at that. Take a quick peek and see how this game ended up. Looks like we won, which is great. Now for me, I don't like to do a video unless I have at least 10 kills or 2,000 damage. There's a few that I've done that aren't those, but for the most part that's what I'm looking for. So I scrub a little further, and you can see this game I got the 5 kills. That game I got to 4 kills. And then this very last game, I shot all the way up to 9, 10 kills. So I ended up getting 10 kills in that very last game. So I'm actually going to make a video just out of that last game. So I'm going to go ahead and close this. Going to move this over to the side, and I'm going to open up Davinci Resolve. If you haven't already, Davinci Resolve right now is currently in public beta. It is completely free. So you can type in Davinci Resolve, as you can see right here, and you can go ahead and download that again, currently for free as of making this video. So pretty cool. And I'm going to walk you guys through some of the settings and getting it ready to make your video. So we're just going to go ahead and click New Project. We're going to name this Big Win. You can really name it whatever you want. This isn't the name of your video. It's just the name of what you're saving it for in case you needed to reference it later. So we're going to open this back up. This is the video we're going to drop in. Okay. And if it asks you, the clips have different rates. I want to change the frame rate to match the video that I shot or I've taken. We're going to zoom all the way out. So moving this towards the negative zooms out. That allows us to kind of go to the end. And we're going to scrub back until we can kind of find where we believe the beginning of this game is. It's got to be somewhere right there. Yeah, perfect. And then right now I'm clicking just the forward arrow on my keyboard. If you click just the forward arrow on your keyboard, it allows you to move forward slowly, or actually moving every single frame. I'm holding it down so it'll go a little faster. It is more precise than just grabbing this and scrubbing. So that's the let's see, I'm looking. Oop, crap. Push the wrong button. There we go. So for me, I don't like to show the champion squad. I like to make my first cut right here. So if you push B, that will grab you your blade, okay, which is this right here, and that's your cutting tool. And so you can see it's cut right there. Then if you push A, it moves you back to kind of that standard tool. And I'm going to blade the sound at the same place. So now I'm just going to scroll over those two, and I'm going to push the delete. Okay, don't push backspace, push delete. And what that does is it moves the whole thing back to the very beginning for you. So pretty cool, pretty easy. Now at this point, I'm going to zoom in because I want this video to be the whole length of this area. It just makes my workspace a little bit easier to work with. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom out just a touch, right about there. Okay. Now, for the beginning, I like to give those initial sounds only. So I'm going to go back. To go back again, I'm just pushing the left arrow, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and blade this right there and right there. Now, from a distance, when you go to blade, it's going to blade right on that red line, which is pretty cool. It's magnetic. You can see that it kind of grabs as you go there. So once you get close enough, it just automatically grabs. I could blade there, and that would be an issue, right? Because I don't want to blade there, so you'd push Control Z, and that's undo. Control Z. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and scrub forward, and we're going to find where we get to our first engagement. The reason I do this is people don't really want to watch you loot. It's not fun. It's not an engaging video if they're just watching you walk around looting. So right in here somewhere I shot somebody, I thought. Let's see where. No, my teammates must have taken care of that fight. Okay. Okay, so right about there. So what we're going to do is we're going to blade the top and the bottom. And then from here I just kind of press play. By pushing the space bar, it starts it, so you can watch. Okay, so it's just one guy. To show him a good teammate, I'll let it go all the way up to here till the start of the pickup. And then again, blade top bottom. And then we're going to scrub out and find the next engagement. It's just me looting. Teammates are looting. All right, so right about there, we're going to blade top and bottom. We're going to push play from here and just kind of watch it, see if we like it. Okay. And the second I go into the box, nobody really wants to watch that, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to scrub to the next part. Okay. So I'm going to scrub back just a touch. I think from right there is pretty good. For me, this doesn't need to be perfect. I'm just kind of fast forwarding people to the next more interesting thing. Okay, I'm going to say this. I didn't do it long enough, so I'm going to go ahead and undo. Undo. That's Control Z, and then I push it a second time to undo the second one. And I'm going to put the new blade in there. Just to save people 5 or 6 seconds of nothing going on. And then I'm just going to let it run. See where the next point is. So I personally think this part's interesting because it shows that, hey, I take that extra second to go ahead and put a little meds on. Makes a lot of sense. So again, we're still fighting, so let this run. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and blade this because here I go back into the box. Fast forward. Okay, so this is a short fast forward, so we're going to blade here. Okay, still fighting, still fighting. Picking up a teammate, but the fight is still going. You can hear the fight around me, so I'm going to leave this on. And then I can blade there. And again, just scrubbing forward to find the next spot. Actually, hold on. We're going to undo that one. We're going to do it here, right here, when I turn and start to fire. And I'm scrubbing to make this faster. Once you get good at this, you'll kind of know, because it'll be your game, so a lot of times it'll be your game. Let's see here. Undo that. That didn't match up. It moved off. So again, anytime you need to undo, Control Z, super easy. Okay. So I'm in and out of boxes here. I think this is the last fight. It's right here. So go ahead and blade that. Watch this out. Make sure it's what we want. Like a couple seconds before any engagement is good. So now we're looking for the ending. So for me, what I like to do is I like to go back here just a little bit, see if I can find, you see how it tugs it to the end. It's the magnetic. So what I like to do is this, I cut this and I blade this because nobody really wants to hear that. So I'm going to go ahead and I look at clip duration, and the clip duration's 11 seconds. That's perfectly fine. So now what we're going to do is we don't want the audio from this, because here's what we're going to end up doing. We're going to take this and we're going to say change clip duration, or speed, I mean. Apologies. We're going to change the clip speed, and what that's going to do is we're going to speed it up and make it super fast. I'll show you that in just a second. But to make it easy, what we're going to do is we're going to cut this. Now, you don't want to click delete, you want to click cut. And the reason why is because cut removes it without eliminating the space. So it leaves the space there, but it just removes what you don't want. And what I'm cutting is, these are all the ones that we're going to accelerate here in a second, because those are the boring parts where there's no fighting. Okay? So we're going to cut all those. And I'm cutting this one because all it is audio at the end and it's not interesting. So what we're going to do is we're going to go here. We're going to change clip speed. I like 500 as a number. For you, you're going to kind of decide what speed works best. But as kind of a rule for me, 500 works well. So now this is what it's going to look like. You get the little bit of sound from the cool Apex intro, and then you can see that this is at 5 times speed. So the drop and everything is less boring. Now, you can see it's a little jumpy. It's because the system hasn't processed it. Once the system processes it at the end, you're going to see it comes out really, really clean. And I'll give you guys the link so that you can see the actual finished video as it's on YouTube. But for now, you can see that it kind of goes at a really, really fast speed. And then right here, it's going to jump out of that fast speed. Boom. Regular speed, The audio, as you can see down here, is on, so you can hear what people are saying. You can see me shoot people, and then when we get to this, we're going to change clip speed, change it to 500, and so you're going to see it's going to jump right back up to full speed, get us through this boring part of us just moving around real quick. And then as soon as that's done, it's going to drop back to normal speed. And when it does that, again, the audio is back in. This is the game audio that you were hearing in the game. Okay. Now, if you wanted, you could click on this right here and you could delete it all together. Okay. If for whatever reason you don't want to do any of the in-between stuff, you just want to show the clips of you fighting, it would look more like this. And then what you'll get at this line is you'll get a hard jump. And the hard jump moves right back into the interesting part. Okay, I'm going to undo that for me, because for me, I use this negative space, right, where there's kind of the boring thing going on, to drop in audio. And I'll show you guys that next. But real quick, I'm just going to change the clip speeds for these. And you can see I've already clicked ripple sequence, so I don't have to click it again. So I clicked it the first time. You don't have to click it every time. You just have to click it the first time. 500. Oops. Edit undo. Anytime you do something you didn't mean to, right? Did that. Just click. Oops. So apparently that was something different. Not a problem. So we're going to go ahead and click 500. Here, we're going to change clip speed to 500. And that's it. For this last one, I like the ending to be about 10 seconds so we can bask in my glory, LOL. But it just lets people have, you know, a few seconds to see at normal speed kind of how the team ended up doing, right? Because it's kind of fun to see that. Especially great because I'll be able to tell Sniping, hey, tough job, bud, on the 400 damage and 1 kill, but, you know, thanks for being a part of the game. You know, I'm just joking, Sniping. But so it's kind of cool. That is the video, but that's not where we stop. I'm going to show you guys some pretty cool ways to go and get audio. So what I do is I go to YouTube, and what you're looking for is anything that's no copyright. Okay. So no copyright means that no one owns the music, that they're just sharing it freely. My biggest suggestion is anytime you take uncopyrighted music, it's music you haven't produced, it's not yours, you didn't create it, someone else did, just make sure you tag them, and I'll show you how I like to do that personally. So I like to go to no copyright sounds. There are lots of them. Just look for no copyrights. It means they will not put a block on your video and make it to where you can't monetize your videos in the future. So what I do is I just check it. For me, the music isn't terribly important. It's just something to have in the background. If you look in the show more section, you can see it says free download or stream. And so I just go ahead and click the free download because that's all I need. So I click OK, and you can see the free downloads right there already. So I'm going to close that. And at this point, I'm going to minimize this. I'm going to grab that free download file, and I'm going to move it in here. Okay. Now I'm not going to close this because, again, I'm going to credit this person. I'm going to copy this here, and I'm going to copy all of this. I don't copy the superfan part, but I copy all the way down to there. And I just post that in my description because I want them to be credited. If someone really likes their music, I hope they get connected. That's awesome. But for me, I like the music because I think it adds to what I'm doing personally, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop that in. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to push in. I'm going to zoom in so I can see, because I want to make sure that this music's all the way at the front. And I am going to do that. What that does is it actually is going to allow the music to come in slow. Okay, so instead of just being all the way up in volume, it's going to bring the volume in slow. So you can see it just kind of slowly comes in. then the music is going to play in the background. You can see audio 2 is running, and then audio 1, which is game audio, is not running. Okay, so I'm going to stop that for a second, and then I'm going to push B for blade. Okay, and I go about however far the blade will let me go before it. You see how you move it just a little bit too far and it sucks in? Going to blade it right about there. Then I'm going to push A, and I'm going to move this back to about the front of this clip, and I'm going to move this to about the back of that clip. And what that does is this audio is going to go up while the volume from the song is going to go down. Okay, and then I'm going to move this here again to about where it'll let me, and I'm going to do the opposite. Okay, the game volume is going to slowly go down, matching the audio volume going up, which is really cool. It gives this really nice transition, and so it's not jarring. Not all of a sudden the music from the song comes on and all of a sudden the music or the sounds from the game turn off, right? So we're just going to do that all the way through, and it's just going to give you a nice smooth transition. Like I said, in the link for this video at the bottom, I'm going to have the link for this particular video so you can go and watch the end result and kind of see how it ended up working. And definitely, if you guys have any comments, thoughts, questions, don't hesitate to ask. If you want to see a blog done, you guys could send me some stuff that you want edited, and I could make a video of me editing something that you want put together. Like, how would I see it done? That way you can kind of get an idea. So again, with my left hand, I've got the B and the A, and so I'm just switching back and forth, and then with my right hand, I'm controlling the mouse. For me, that's faster. You guys can figure out what works best for you. But you can see, again, just taking that volume down, taking this volume up, then I switch to the blade, and I find a spot just a little bit out from where the blade magnetically hooks to the front. And then for this last one, I do this a little different. I'm going to give this a decent amount of space because we become champions somewhere in there. I'm going to blade the end, click A, delete, backspace, cut, however you want to get that one out. It's not super important. Then here I'm going to find where we're champions. So we become champions right there. And I'm going to blade that because what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take the audio, so the audio's dropping that whole time, and then I'm going to bring this in at about the halfway point. And what that's going to do is the sound starts to come in, so they can start to hear the music just a little bit, and this is going to drop off to where you can't really hear what we're saying anymore. And then this last part, I'm going to pull that back, and I'm going to pull this back similarly. And what's cool is, if you pay attention, when you're sucking this back, it says 339, and then you just do this one to about 339. 345 is so close it doesn't even matter. So what that does then is you can see the screen's going to slowly go dark while the sound's dropping off as well. Just kind of indicating the end of the video. Super easy, super smooth, pretty cool. So for all intents and purposes, our video's done. Like, this is what we want. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on the deliver button. Okay. And for me, I've already saved my gaming YouTube videos here to make it easy. MP4, okay, H2.64. I want to run this as 1080p, okay, frame rate 60, and I want this to be the best. So I want the quality to always be the best. Why would you make a video that the quality is not the best? I don't know. So then what I'm going to do is browse. I want to put mine into the Apex folder, okay? And I haven't come up with a title for this, so we'll just name it like Wraith Big Win 10 kills. Okay, so we'll go ahead and save that. And then you can see that it's going to put it into the Apex folder. This is what it's going to call it. And we're going to add that to the render queue. And at this point, we could start the render. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of scrub through this and see if anything jumps out at me, if I remember anything from this game. that I think could be a nice title that someone would want to watch, right? What would be a title I could put on this video that would be kind of cool? I mean, I end up with 10 kills. I think I'm going to name it something like Teamwork Makes the Dream Work, right? Because we picked each other up a bunch of times, and I think that was pretty cool. So at this point, what I'm going to do is start the render, okay? When the render starts, depending on your computer, you can see mine's going to shoot up somewhere around 12 or 14 minutes is how long it's going to take. So pretty cool. We can go ahead and move that to the background. And at this point, we can start preparing everything that we need to put it up on YouTube, okay? So again, I've left this up, so we're going to start a new one. Wherever you want or however you choose to make your thumbnails, totally good. I love snappa.com. I found it about a month and a half ago, and I'm telling you, phenomenal, right? So just to show you guys real quick, you can make thumbnails for like anything, right? I do social media marketing. This would actually come in handy because I usually manually make these. This gives you kind of a setup for all of them and kind of a starting point, right? So I'm going to click a YouTube thumbnail. Now, I don't know which one I want. The reason why is because I don't even know what picture or what image I'm going to use. So what I like to do is get Snappa open, and then I go ahead and I search Apex Legends, and then I'm going to type in Wraith. And then all you have to do is click Images. Okay, and this will give you a ton of images. You can scrub through these and see if you can find one that you really feel like works for what you're doing. One thing you could write pickup to see if you could find a photo if somebody has or somebody's posted of Wraith picking someone up. There isn't one. Another one that I like to look up is art. I love what some people are out there doing. Like I am not artistic in the slightest, but my goodness, some of these people, they have some real skill with art. So, I mean, I could take an image like this. So let's say I wanted this image. So I'd click save, and you can see that it's going to save it. I'm going to save it simply to my desktop. So I go ahead and click save. Okay. Go back to Snappa, and you saw that that's going to be a full-size photo. So I could do something like this, and it's going to actually work pretty well as that full-size photo. So by grabbing this, I can tell that that is the background. So I'll go ahead and click background, click uploads, and then when I click upload the image, I'm going to go find that Wraith. Once you have it, you kind of intuitively, you want to grab it and drop it. That's not the way this works. You're going to double click it, and it'll pop it in there for you, right? Pretty cool, right? So at this point, though, you can interact with most of the things here. The background here, you can move it. Now, if you move something where you don't want it and you want to go back, Control Z. Best friend when you're editing is Control Z. For me, I don't love this, so I'm going to remove that. I actually think that's a very, very cool image. You'd like to be able to like drag over all of it. You can't do that, okay? I'm going to go ahead and remove that. I want to keep this simple for me. And right here, I'm just going to write teamwork makes the dream work. Exclamation point, right? So we're going to drag this out until it makes it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to click on this outside and just stretch that just a touch. I feel like it's going to fit better. Now, I'm looking at the balance of these two sides, and I feel like that's pretty good. But I'm going to do the same with the top. Another way you can do it is, you see how that's balanced there? You can click here, and you can actually just kind of center it, and that will give you similar effect. What's cool, if you want to move both, and I'm going to move both because I think it's going to look better. So I click on one, and then I'm going to hold the shift key, click on the other, and then I can actually slide those. I can kind of slide those to where it's centered. And then at this point, I don't want those where they are. So again, hold the shift key. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move them kind of there-ish. And I'm looking at the balance here to be similar to the balance there. So I need to squeeze it down just a touch, and you can see the balance is pretty good. And it's a similar distance between the two here as it is here as it is here. And so it creates kind of a negative balance. Pretty cool. Let's see. So I'm going to click off of that. This got moved down just a touch for some reason, so I'm going to center that. And I'd say overall that looks pretty good. That's a pretty good thumbnail. I am happy with it. I'm a firm believer that nothing is perfect. You're going to get better every time you do it. But for me, I'm just going to go ahead and accept this. When you click download here, it's going to begin to download your image. And then you can see your image is this one right here. For me, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move that. So I'm going to open that folder real quick. And then I'm going to open my Apex folder. And I love these because they're so easy to do. Man, it's so easy to grab. I'm going to name it my video name. Teamwork makes the dream work. Okay, I'm going to hold Shift, the back arrow. That allows me to select it all. Control C to go ahead and make a copy of that. Okay, the reason I'm copying it is that's what I'm going to end up naming my video as well in YouTube. So I'm going to move that over there into my thumbnails so you can see Teamwork Makes the Dream Work is in my thumbnails. So I can minimize this. This one I can close because these are just downloads. I don't need access to those anymore. Okay. At this point, I need to go ahead and open up another tab. I like to keep my YouTube tabs. That's just kind of a weird thing I like to do. And so now I'm almost ready to put it on YouTube. So I'm going to set up to upload my video. What's really cool, if you want to put it up instantly, do it public. If you don't want to put it up, but you want to be able to share it with people, you can put it as unlisted. Private means that it's up, but no one can see it but you. Even if you shared it with someone, they can't see it because it's private. But for me, I'm going to schedule it because I have a schedule. I'm doing Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, new videos. And so I want to make sure that this one's ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and click back on here, and you can see that it's still saying that I have 5 minutes to go, but I'm done. I got everything done that I wanted to get done. So I'm going to go ahead and stop here. And as soon as it's done, I'll come back and I'll share with you guys how to get this finished and get it up on YouTube. And then again, I'll put the link for this video in the description. So if you guys want to see the finalized product, you can see what it looks like. And please don't hesitate to drop me a comment, a like. Let me know what you guys think. I'm always looking for great feedback and what I could do better. And also, what else do you guys want to see? What other editing techniques do you want me to show? All right, well, as you can see, the video just finished, ended up taking 10 minutes and 37 seconds, more than reasonable, pretty cool. And so we can see that it's on my D drive, Apex Wraith, Big Win, 10 kills. Perfect. So we're going to go ahead and minimize this. And right here we can click Select File, and we can go to our D drive, Apex, Wraith, Big Win, 10 kills. Go ahead and click that. And it's going to start putting it in here. Now, clicking here, we're going to go ahead and paste. Teamwork makes the dream work. Pretty cool. Okay. For me, I know that this video is going to be available on the 16th because that's the next day I need a video for. And we can come down here, custom thumbnail. Now, what's cool about these thumbnails is this is already optimized because you can see they'll only allow it up to 2 megabytes. So it's optimized already for the web. So it's this Snappa really does make it to where it can quickly go in. So it's already there. Now we just have to give credit for music, which again, I want to do this for them because if people like the music, these guys should get credit for it. I didn't make the music. And I appreciate the fact that they're not going to copyright hit me for having their music on my stuff, which is great. So go ahead and copy everything down. I don't post the superfan stuff because I'm not here to sell anything for them. I'm just here to give them their credit. Again, appreciate them allowing me to use it. So as of right now, literally done. There's nothing more to do. The 1 hour, 1 minute that this is going to take, plus it's going to take a little time just to finish it. Let's see. Actually, I want to publish it on the 15th. Yeah, I like to publish on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So go ahead and click publish, and we're done. And you can see right here, this is the link. So that link right there is what you guys will see in the description. I'll make sure it's there. Again, if you guys liked the video, drop me a like. If you guys want to see more, give me a comment. Let me know what you would like to see next, if there's a different type of editing, anything like that. And reach out if you've got something that you want some help editing with. I would love to help you out, talk you through it, give you guys some good insights. But again, it is King Caesar. Just making this quick video to help walk you guys through my process. And I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day.